Hello Gun Nation, Big Johnson coming at you. Alright, what we have here is the two shadows. Okay, this shadow, the black one with the Texas grips, actually has the CZ Custom kit that you can piece together. It's got the extended firing pin, the rammy spring, and it actually has the hammer spring, the lighter hammer spring in it. So the kit total is about $40 in this one. And I've done a video on this, so if you want to check it out, you can. It's a detailed video of this gun. The Urban Gray actually has the brand new, not even released yet, prototype Apex kit in it. And what it comes with is the new competition hammer, comes with a competition sear, and those are matched. It comes with a competition spring and a carry spring. That's what comes in the kit. So, and if you follow me on Instagram, I've been kind of sneaking it out on Instagram of, different parts and things like that. And also want to give a big shout out to the Humble Marksman. If you're not following the Humble Marksman, please do. He actually helped me put this kit in. Not to make excuses, but I have some arthritic hands, and it's very difficult to do small parts for myself. So, and he's done a ton of CZ pistol work. So he actually helped me with this and put this one in for me. So, but I'll kind of go through everything. And again, this kit is not even released yet. It's going to be coming out. And they reached out to me, and since they know that I'm a CZ Shadow 2 guy, asked if I would test it. And I said, yes, of course I will. And I've been actually pressuring them to do a kit for the Shadow 2. And here we go. So in the kit, just to kind of show you, and some of these are the old parts, but it's called the Action Enhancement Kit for the Shadow CZ Shadow and the Shadow 2. They're also going to have one for the 75B non-Omega. So that's pretty cool. But you're going to get, the purple spring is the carry spring. This is the factory spring that came out of the Shadow 2, but you're also going to get a competition spring. You're going to get a hammer, and you're going to get a sear. So it's a 4-piece kit. But that's pretty cool, and I believe that they are going to put the hammer pins in there also. Mine did not come with it. We used the other ones, but they were kind of a pain to pop out. But I believe they're going to put hammer pins in there when it comes out. So just stay tuned for that. But this is sneak peek. They're not even out yet, and this is the very first kit sent out to anyone. So I just want to let you know. But I have shot both of these pistols and actually compared them. I've got factory, the before and after pulls on these, and just wanted to share all this information with you. I took both of them to the range and shot them quite a bit, and kind of compared them to each other, and that's very difficult to do because, how great can you get a trigger? I mean, there's only so much you can get, and then after that, they kind of start feeling the same. But there is a difference. There's actually a big difference, and it's the trigger itself, how it resets. So if you are a trigger prepper, if you like to prep the trigger, then you're definitely going to want the Apex. If you just like it to roll right through, then you might want the CZ Custom. I'm not telling you either one is better. I just have experience with both. So this is just my opinion for what it's worth. But on your factory guns, as they're stock, okay, your full double action is about 9 pounds, 3.1 ounces. And that's what I checked this one with, completely stock, nothing changed in it. And matter of fact, not even shot. It was brand new out of the box. Your double action was 9 pounds, 3.1 ounces, okay? Then I also checked, that's full double action, then I checked a half cock, and that's just where you pull the hammer back just a little bit. That's called half cock. So I checked it at half cock, and it was 8 pounds, 2.0 ounces. And then your full single action, when you pull it all the way back, was 3 pounds, 5.2 ounces. Those are all stock numbers. Okay? So after, and both of these pistols are unloaded, just so you're aware. And if you're curious, both of these have lock grips for the grips and also for the mag releases. But as far as the trigger shoe assembly, they're stock. But that's why this review is so difficult to do, because you're really spreading you're splitting hairs with these. But the walls do make a difference in this one. Now on this one, after the Apex kit and after shooting about 200 rounds, these are the new numbers. Your full double action went all the way down to 6 pounds, 6.2 ounces. Your half cock was 5 pounds, 10.2 ounces. And your single action, believe it or not, actually went up just a tad to 4 pounds, 0.8 ounces. And you're going to ask why it went up. Okay, you're actually giving a lot of the double action. You're taking away a lot of double action. So you're going to have to give somewhere. And where they give is back with the wall. So I'll just go ahead and pull it for you and try to show you. Again, the pistol's clear. There's nothing in it. We'll go ahead and drop it all the way down, and I will start from full double action, not half cocked. But this is going to be, if you can see it very well, this is going to be your pull. Full double action. And I'm pulling it slow. I mean, the thing feels like it's on ball bearings. I'll go ahead and do the half cock pull. So there's your take up. You're going to hit the wall, and it rolls right through. Now on your single action, there's your single action. There's your take up. There's that wall. Break. So single action on this is 4 pounds, 0.8 ounces. And you do have a defined wall. Like I was saying, if you're a trigger prepper, if you like to prep the trigger, similar to like a 1911, this actually has kind of a 1911 wall feel to it, where this one does not. So, if you're transitioning and you have to take that, really long shot, you might want to have that wall where you can prep it. And these are just, you can take these opinions for what you like. At 25 yards, I actually, my pie plates that I use, my little paper plates, I actually hit, and I'm not a good 25-yard shooter, I'm going to be straight up with you. I actually put five shots, I put 5 shots in the mag, and at 25 yards, I had 5 shots on the plate that were as big as my hand. They were all on the plate, they all contacted. So this one's really good, I would say maybe for like longer accuracy shots, if that makes sense, or for the trigger prepping. If you're just a finger banger or trigger banger, slapper, trigger slapper, you might like this one. However, if you want to slap the trigger, this one does the exact same thing. This one just allows a prep, where this one really doesn't. So that's the difference. All right, now on this one, with the CZ 4-piece kit in it, at full double action, it's 7 pounds, 9.1 ounces. That's after the kit, 7 pounds, 9.1 ounces. Well, after the kit on this one, it's 6 pounds, 6.2 ounces. So the Apex is lighter in the double action. Your half cock on this one is 6 pounds, 14.2 ounces. 6 pounds, 14.2 ounces on the half cock. Half cock on this one after the Apex is 5 pounds, 10.2 ounces. So this one is lighter in the half cock also. Your single action on this one is 3 pounds, 5.9 ounces. This is the CZ Custom. 3 pounds, 5.9 ounces. Remember, this one was 4 pounds, 0.8 ounces. I mean, that's not a big difference. It's really not. And feeling that, I had to check it with the Lyman gauge, and those are average of about 4 pulls each, and then I took the average of the double action, half cocked, and the single action. Now, this gun also has a lot more rounds through it. This one has less rounds. This one only has 200 rounds through it. This one probably has about 600 plus rounds through it. So this one probably could even get better. Now, as far as Apex, they have an electronic trigger scan where it's going to be way better than this, okay? And here is their findings after the Apex kit. And I'll go ahead and share this with you. The factory double action, now this is the factory. they're getting 8.7 pounds. Factory single action was 3.7 pounds. That's pretty in line. Now with the Apex Duty, if you use the duty spring and not the competition spring, 6.4 pounds with the duty, and then the Apex Duty single action is 4.7 pounds. Then if you use the Apex Competition spring with the Apex Competition in double action, they got it down to 5 pounds 9 ounces. And I'm showing 6 pounds 6.2 ounces. Then the Apex Competition single action is 4.1 pound. I was getting 4 pounds 0.8 ounces. So that's very close. But all this data is from their electronic trigger scan of the Shadow 2 with the factory Apex Carry competition setup. So this is actually from them. And I'm sure their electronics trigger scan is better. So, it's really neat to test these two against each other. I will let you know, I would shoot a mag with this pistol, and like at 7 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, even 20 yards, and then I would go straight to this one and do the exact same thing. So going between the two was different. And what I noticed the most of when I was able to prep the trigger, sometimes, I would shoot lights out with this. But then I would go back to this one, and without that wall, this one, now of course everything was downrange, but this one, as I was pulling the trigger, would actually go off prior to me thinking it was going to go off, and everything was downrange, so it wasn't a negligent discharge. I was meaning for it to. It just surprised me with the ignition, where this one was a little more, and that's just comparing the two. I had never experienced that, only shooting this one. But once I was able to prep the trigger, I noticed this one being it seemed a little lighter, almost like it was going off a little quicker than I wanted it to. This one, I could prep it and make it go off every single time. Prior to doing the Apex one, this one was, I knew exactly when, but comparing the two, I picked up on this one, it seemed to go off, because it would just roll right through. I couldn't catch that wall. So it was very different, and I'm sorry if I'm kind of yammering along and trying to explain this. I'm just trying to explain it the best I can, because I know until you shot it, you might not know the difference. So what you're coming down to is the Apex worth it over this kit, and these are separate kits. This isn't a whole kit. You have to piece it together, and I even show the exact part numbers in my other video if you want to check it out. I'll try to link it at the end of this video. This, you could expect it every single time. It felt the same every single time, and it was there, and it had a lighter double action. The double action definitely felt lighter. Now, I've already shown this pistol. I'll show this pistol, just so you're familiar with it. So here is your trigger. There's the prep and the double action. This double action is definitely stouter. You can feel it trying to wiggle a little bit. So it's definitely stouter. Okay, let's do the half cock, just like we did on the other one. There's the half cock. And that was a little stiffer too. And then here's your single action. To ask me right now which one I like better, this on the double action is butter. But it's lighter, through the double action. So, and of course, when you start in USPSA production, you have to start with a hammer down. So your first shot is going to be double action only. And I would say, shooting these two, I like this double action better. I don't ever shoot from the half cock position. That's just one of the tests that Apex does. That one seems really smooth. And then the double action, there's that wall. it's more of a defined wall than this one is. You can feel it. You know, watch the hammer. See, as I hit that wall, I'm trying to tilt it here. So I hit the wall, you can watch the hammer. See that move? So there's that wall, then boom, it's that crisp break. So you definitely feel the wall in this one. So if you're a trigger prepper, you know, I would say definitely this one. If you're just a trigger slapper and you don't care, you know, maybe this one, or this one will do the same thing. You just have that wall in this one if you need it. So, you know, like I said, I really appreciate Apex so much for sending this out. You know, I'm going to continue to test it. I've been teasing it on Instagram, and everybody has guessed, because I just would put the hammer out there and show pictures, you know, not of the package. But people would guess that the kit was for the CZ P07 and the P09. A lot of people guessed that. Then they guessed for the 97B, but not one person guessed the Shadow 2. That's what was so funny. But anyway, I appreciate y'all so much. Again, Apex, thank you for sending this out for testing and evaluation. This has been a really neat test because you get so precise on these pistols. You kind of, I mean, with the single action and stuff, you don't really feel it as much. But with the double action, you definitely, this kit is nicer. But it's like, okay, you're splitting hairs. You know, how soft do you need it? But having the full double action, this one being 7 pounds, 9.1 ounces, and this one being 6 pounds, 6.2 ounces, you can definitely feel the difference there. But then you go to the single action, 3 pounds, 5.9 ounces, and then 4 pounds, 0.8 ounces. There's really not a difference there. You don't feel it. You just gain the wall, you know, like prep that trigger. So if you're maybe going to a transition where you're swinging the pistol across and you want to prep the trigger to get maybe a more accurate shot, this one would be the way to go. If you're just slinging lead, you know, maybe this one. But I appreciate y'all so much. You know, Apex is going to be making an installation video on this. It is a little time consuming because you have to knock the hammer pin out, both of the hammer pins, to put this new hammer in. And the new sear cage, you've got to get the little legs put in just right. And again, another shout out to the Humble Marksman. I really appreciate him for helping me out on this. But, you know, and I will actually put his channel link at the end of this video too, so you can check him out. But he's a great guy, does a lot of competition shooting, good friend of mine. So really appreciate him so much. But just wanted to let y'all know about these, that I've been testing them, and I'm going to go ahead and put this video out. So I don't know if the parts are going to be available yet. Once they're released, Apex will, you know, let you know, and I'll try to do a little sneak peek to let y'all know that they're out. But really excited that I got to test this first. So appreciate y'all so much. Please check me out on Instagram if you're not following me. I put a lot of information over there, and I've been doing these sneak peeks, and I put a lot of stuff over there that I don't even put out on YouTube. So I appreciate y'all checking me out. And remember, an unarmed nation is a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on. Hello Gun Nation, Big Johnson coming at you. Hey, we're going to be checking the CZ Customs, CZ Custom kit versus the CZ Apex kit. Took it from 10 yards. I've got paper plate with a little shoot and see on each one of these. The top one is the Apex kit. The lower one is the CZ Customs kit. Both of the Shadow 2s. The black one with the Texas grips has the CZ Customs. The Urban Gray has the Apex kit. So we're going to shoot it at 10 yards, 5 rounds each. See what I do with it. Both of these plates are clear. So we'll see what the outcome is. So here we go. 10 yards. Shoot the Apex Custom first, and remember it's at the top target. So we'll pull it in and take a look. yards, or on that one at 10 yards. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bad, but you know, I'm not a hole-in-hole shooter. We know that. So we'll send it back out to 10 yards, and then we'll do the CZ custom kit for the shadow.
You have a tourniquet?
Yeah, I got the racks there. I got a Cat 7 on my back. I just feel like picking up something.
I am shooting 124, so this is a remake. Covered with my fist also. The CZ Apex actually has a wall, so you can get to the wall and then brake. The other one rolls right through. The CZ Custom just rolls right through. I really can't brake. I don't know if it's setting me up better. The group's obviously the same at 10 yards, so you know, hard to see. But what's your opinion? You know, opinion on versus one versus the other?